What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are doing something a little bit different today. We're actually going to do an unboxing of some fishing line and some lures and some new stuff that I got over the weekend. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We're going to be unboxing these few items I've gotten over the weekend. Just a little bit of fishing line, lures, and some new stuff that I actually haven't ever tried before. So stick with it, stay tuned, you will enjoy. Okay, first up, right here, I've got 3 packs of these. They are rivet top-toed, hollow-bodied, rigged frogs, like rigged horny toads that, we've been fishing with in our YouTube videos here lately. These have been just crushing it out on my lakes. I've got one that has a black pack, I got one that's white, and then one that's like bluegill frog type color, brown and green. But anyways, we're going to test these out. There's something new. I've actually never used these before, and I've heard really, really good things about them. It's just like a horny toad that you throw on a buzzbait or something, but it's just, more of a frog style, hollow body style frog, rigged up. It's got the big, 5-6/0 hook in it. It's got a really, really beast of a hook. It's got the little weight on the bottom, so it's going to plane out. A lot of times, when I'm throwing those horny toads on like an underbelly hook or something, they tend to, flop over on their backside where they swim upside down, and that always irritates me. I've tried putting, lead strips and stuff on the bottom of the hook to weigh it down like these, but it never has worked. So I've got these. I'm going to test these out this upcoming week and next weekend. I think they're really, really going to do good. They're just really solid looking baits. I've heard really good things about them. I know it's an older style lure, but anyways, that's them right there. If y'all can see that, those are it. That's in the green pumpkin, and then I've got, white ones for like shad color, and then black ones on those really sunny days for, casting the shadow underneath the water, and then, the bluegill frog style green pumpkin brown. That's going to be awesome. But these hooks, it seems like it's very weedless. The hooks just go right into the back of the frog there. If y'all can see that on that video. So they seem really good. My only downfall of these that I think might be bad is I just think they might tear up and you only get 2 in a pack. For what they are, they're $10 a piece. They're kind of expensive, so that's $5 a frog. If they hold up really well and the legs don't get ripped off and stuff, they're going to be awesome. I'm definitely going to order some more. But I've actually never used these, so this is something new that I'm going to be trying this upcoming week. I'll let y'all know how it is. Y'all will see the videos of these. We'll be able to dissect these maybe later in the week. I'll talk about them, and we'll be able to really figure out if they're really worth the money. I know they're a little expensive, but I wanted to try them just because of the horny toads I normally buy. They're kind of annoying. They flip over on their side and they don't always cast very well. These do have some weight, so they will cast, skip well. We'll test it out on the water later, but that's the first thing. There's those. I've got 3 packs of those. So on to the next thing. I'll do this, and then we'll save the fishing line for last. So this is something new, and this has been blown up on the fishing market, is scent. So this right here, this is just bait fuel. As everybody probably knows, they've heard this. It's literally on every professional fisherman's boat. It seems like they've all got the stickers of bait fuel. They're all being sponsored by them. They're all being, endorsed. It seems like everybody has some bait fuel. It's just blown up. I haven't seen any. I went to Cabela's this weekend, got my hands on some, so I'm really going to test this out and see if it really, really helps, because I use garlic scent, but I've never used something like this. It doesn't seem, to smell super bad like the garlic, and it's, fish attractant. It's supposed to be really good. It's not supposed to, stain the baits and stuff. It's not supposed to change the color. You're supposed to just let the bait marinate in the package with some bait fuel in there. So we're just going to test it out. This is right here. This is just bait fuel. It's in a little, that's compared to my hand. It's not a super big thing, but it's not a super small thing. It should last a good bit. But, I don't really know what to say about this. I haven't ever used this stuff. A lot of this stuff I bought, it's new. So I'm just, going to try it. The only thing I do know is it says not for human or pet consumption. So can't eat it, can't drink it. So that's one thing. Maybe the fish will like it. So we'll test this out. It says on the package that it expands the strike zone, creating a potent scent cloud around the bait. Fish active scent technology stimulates fish. Predator instinct. Fish bite and keep biting cast after cast, even on pressured fish. My lake here is extremely pressured, so if this helps me get a few more bites, that'd be awesome. But as y'all know, people are all going to, if everybody's using this, then the fish are going to get pressured with bait fuel. So it just kind of, it's a lose-lose that way. If, you know, if nobody has it, then you're going to catch them. But if you start catching them, everybody's going to figure it out. But we'll just test this out. Something new. Same with the frogs. Those are all new. So we'll just test that stuff out. But this is some more stuff, more new stuff. This is fishing line right here. This is Trilene Big Game Mono. I'm going to test this stuff out. I've heard good things about it. I used to use this when I was younger. Haven't used it in a really long time, in about, 5, 6, 7 years. But we're going to test this out. I've got 30 and 25. And mainly what this is for my big glide baits, big swim baits, things like that, that need that 25, 30 pound line. I'm going to test it out on these. Hopefully I won't snap off, a $30, $40 glide bait. But y'all can see that right there. That's just 25 Trilene Big Game. And that's 30 pound Trilene Big Game. That's in the green. It's monofilament. It's cheap. But it's also, 500 yards, 440 yards. So we're going to test that Trilene Big Game out. Hopefully it works good. I really just need, something. Fluorocarbon's hard to find in that 30 to 25 pound range. But also I like a little bit of give when I'm casting those big glide baits. So it's almost like shock leader, so it doesn't snap those baits clean off. But we're going to test that out. Another thing I got here is the Trilene Big Game braid. This is also relatively inexpensive. I think it's $18, and this is 330 yards. I got 50 pound and 30 pound. I'm going to test this out. These are going to be my top waters for, walking baits, frog style baits, flipping, stuff like that on my bait casters. This won't go on my spinning rods. This is 50 and 30 pound for, your top water baits, your frogs, your flipping in the grass and things like that. Maybe some poppers. I'll go use the 30 for some poppers. I'll use 50 for flipping and frogging and things like that. But we're going to test that out. Hopefully it casts fairly well. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm not super, superstitious about line and super picky, about it's got to be this. It's got to be, 100% fluorocarbon or perfect braid. It's got to have, 8-strand braid and things like that. The only thing I'm a little picky about is on my spinning rods, I do like that, 8 to 10 strand braid because it is smooth. It casts a little bit better and it runs off the guides, when the fish is pulling drag out. But that's something new that I haven't tried. Never used this. It was at Walmart. I need some braided line and I didn't want to spend, $50 on PowerPo braid. So I got this, and we've got, 2 giant spools. That's the awesome thing about these spools is I hate buying the little spools, of 100, 150 yards because you use it once and it's done for. And it's also very expensive. So we're going to test this out. Next thing we got is some more monofilament. I'm just really experimenting with this. This was $8 a piece. It's budget friendly. Y'all need to go check this stuff out because I'm a big Berkley person. A lot of my fishing line is Berkley and P-line. It's awesome. This is 6 pound and 8 pound for my leaders on my spinning rod. Mainly is what this is going to be used for, just leaders on my spinning rod. I got monofilament just because I'm going to kind of test some stuff out with the abrasion resistant. And I got the smaller line. I'm fishing around bridges and things like that. I'm just going to see how it works. Right now I'm using fluorocarbon. I'm just going to kind of experiment, see. I'll get back with y'all later in the week. But we're going to test that out. But Trilene is always a go-to. It's really, really popular. This is the XL smooth casting, so hopefully it'll cast well, with my spinning rods. But this is 6 and 8 pound. These are 330 yard spools, so, we can get tons and tons of leader line out of there. But that's those right there. Going on to the next thing. 10 pound P-line Fluoro Clear. So this is fluorocarbon coated line. This is my favorite line in the whole world. I use this on all my bait casters, all my spinning rods. A lot of the time, 60% of the time I'm using this. 60% of the time I'm using the next thing I'm going to talk about here. But this is 600 yards, 10 pound line. This is my go-to cranking line. If I'm going to be throwing a crankbait, it's going to be with this line right here. Whether I'm offshore fishing a DT, 20, 16, or whether I'm up shallow grinding a crankbait around, almost always am I throwing this Fluoro Clear 10 pound test line, 600 yards. I can get, 6 spools out of it, at least 6 spools. It's awesome. It's got just really, really good line. It sinks, so it acts like fluorocarbon, but it also, isn't as pricey as fluorocarbon. A 600 yard spool of 10 pound straight 100% fluorocarbon would probably run you $50, where this is like, 15, 16 bucks for 600 yards. But anyways, it's awesome. It's always worked really well. So I have used this a ton. They have it at Walmart, and they have it in 8, 10, and 12 pound line. I wish they had it in, 14, 15, all the way up to 25 pound line, but it's awesome. So go check that. This is the next line I'm going to talk about today. This is some more line that I have used before. Most of this, unboxing here was fishing line because I just really needed a lot of fishing line. I was running low on everything. And it's super, super hot, so I'm trying to make sure all my stuff is good. I haven't been fishing a lot lately. I'm going to try to get out a little this week. But, I'm just kind of getting ready for the fall. I'm, hoping the weather will break a little bit for some tournament fishing and some videos for you guys. But this right here, this is the Berkley Vanish Easy Casting 100% fluorocarbon is what they say. It's awesome. I've used it a lot before. This is 12 pound, and this is 17, and this right here is 20. So I've got all, 3 main line categories here. But hopefully it'll work awesome. But this line is always awesome. It's also budget friendly if y'all really want to get into the budget friendly line. Line is so expensive. It's just incredibly, outpriced for no reason. I feel like, I don't know if the materials it takes to use it cost a lot. Y'all leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me why fishing line is so expensive. Seaguard's like $30 a spool for 150 yards, which is just ridiculous. I'm not going to pay that. So I choose the more budget friendly line. I have never broke off fish, with these things like this. If I'm breaking off fish, it's because I didn't check my line. My line was sprayed already, or, I'm setting the hook way too hard for 6 pound line or 8 pound line. It's always been my fault if I'm ever breaking off fish. But this line's been excellent. 20 pound line's going to be my jig. Flipping line, my clear water flipping line. 12 is going to be, my crankbaits and, chatterbaits and things like that. A lot of time I'll throw on 12 pound line. And then, 17 is good. I skip with 17 if I'm skipping swim jigs and things like that. Flipping a little bit lighter jigs, 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce jigs. Sometimes I'll go to 17. Spinnerbait line, 17, things like that are normally what I throw 17 on. But these 3 spools right here, 250 yards each, they're excellent. You can get 2 or 3 spools out of each one. You can get 2 or 3 reels. So this is just some line that I really picked up at Walmart. I know it's crazy. I buy a lot of my fishing line at Walmart. It always seems to do good. I don't ever break fish off. I'll leave these in the, link in the description where y'all can pick these up. Definitely check them out because it's budget friendly, for those of you who don't want to spend the $50 for a couple of spools of line like myself. I feel like line's overpriced for no reason. Y'all check this stuff out. I'll let y'all know about the bait fuel and the rivet frogs and stuff like that later on. We'll do another video later on about those, testing those out. Hopefully it'll work all good. This is just a short little unboxing of a lot of fishing line. Y'all be sure to check out all my social medias. They're in my links in my Instagram, my YouTube. I'll leave them all down in the link in the description. Y'all be sure to check that stuff out. I always appreciate that. Just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. So it'd be awesome if we could grow that a little bit more. And some people from Instagram come over to YouTube and subscribe and stuff. It's always appreciative of me. I'm trying to fish more, With it being so hot outside, it's just really hard to fish. It's been 105, 106 degrees lately is the heat index. It just kills me to be outside, when you're just sweating and not catching anything. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And as always, chase your dreams.